Alright guys, welcome back to another week of racing. Today we have our Tier 3 races now racing today at the Catalunya circuit in Spain. Known for its fast and flowy circuit, which might be tough to overtake on, but let's see how these drivers will cope with it. What do you think of this track, ABD?
Yeah, it's definitely a fun track to drive, and given that our drivers are very close in competition, it's really going to be fun to watch. And of course, the weather is going to play a crucial role here tonight.
Yeah, the weather is definitely going to be interesting. As let's see if the weather is going to be slightly unpredictable, like it was just then in quali, where people thought it might rain. So yeah, I think rain will be a tough ask, but you never know.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe a partly wet, partly dry session is definitely possible. And yeah, let's hope for the best.
Yeah, one can hope that those sort of races provide the best entertainment after all.
Yeah.
Yep, now we can move on to the track guide.
Yep.
As you can see, it's a very, very technical track. Starts off with a long straight with a fast chicane, then a long right-hander, then another slow speed right-hander before heavy braking, and then a couple of very technical curl corners before a long right-hander, which is on uphill as well, before the second DRS zone. After that, it's a very technical slow left corner, which is really easy to lose your car there. Then after a couple of corners comes the notorious chicane that no one really likes, and to finish off the lap it's a flat out last corner to come across the line. So now we'll be moving on to quali, which I believe our drivers might be in already.
I think we have the Hotlap queued, so let's move on through that.
Yep.
Alright then, as we round the final corner, on board SSG Assassin in the Ferrari, let's go on board a lap of the Circuit Barcelona-Catalunya. Across the line, the lap begins. Get the car all the way over to the left-hand side, over for turn 1, brake just at the 75 meter and 50 meter marker. Get the car turned in. Turns 1, 2 and 3 are all about carrying momentum. In quali, turn 3 is going to be flat out, keep the car hugged to the inside as far as possible, maybe a little lift in the race, brake underneath the board, wheel brake deep into the corner and get on throttle as early as possible. Use the camber of the corner to get that perfect exit brake at the 50 meter board on the right hand side for turn 5. All about keeping it within track limits there as we head down to turn 6 now. Carry the momentum through to make sure not to go over the yellow sausage curve as much as possible through turn 7 now as we head down to turn 8. Important braking zone. Used to be a lot tighter before the track got updated, but now is a long sweeping left-hander that curves and runs wide. Up to turn 9 now, another flat out right-hander as we head now to a tricky part of sector 3, all about getting the apexes and braking points right here through the final chicane. Important to get a great exit out of there. Round the final corner, foot flat, DRS open, and now you are coming across the line for a lap of the Circuit Barcelona-Catalunya.
Well, that was a great lap by SSJ Assassin there, one of the fastest drivers of IRC there. And just a quick reminder to our viewers that you too can take part in our league racing. Just head on to our website and get the Discord invite, and then you just have to sign up for the season. More information is available in the description. And well, yeah, this is ABD28, and co-commentating alongside is Ashray tonight, and our streamer is Sai Tarun. Well, I hope you guys are doing really well, but we're just waiting for the drivers to ready up, join the lobby, and ready up, and quali should be up and away soon.
Yep, it is a fun group of streamers and commentators we have here, and let's hope we have a good race to commentate for. Sooner or later, quali will start and the action will be underway. So far the action we've seen is ACC, where they also had the race at Spain. And one thing we saw is that it can be tough to follow cars at this track. So let's see how these drivers will be able to cope, because if they're unable to follow cars, they'll understeer here and there, and it'll affect the tire wear, and it might cause them to make some mistakes as well.
Yes, definitely. Talking about ACC, well, the driving condition was a bit different because it was the night condition, and good to see the weather forecast is dry, the quali is dry, the race is also dry. It's sunny actually, so the temperatures are definitely going to be high on the higher side.
Yeah, that's gonna cause the tires to scream for their life. It is going to be tough for them to manage the tires, and at a track like this, tire management is very important, as there's a lot of fast corners, and usually on fast corners it can cause like, especially like the main fast corner is the right hander, where you can really cause your left set of tires to wear out a lot more than a right.
Yeah, definitely. And we see the WDC standings there. It's really close as of now, between Destroyer Drag and Shub Kumar. They're just separated by 4 points. Shub Kumar is not racing tonight, so Destroyer Drag has to take this opportunity to get on hold of maximum points that he can. And of course, for the constructor standings, as we see, Aston Martin they just flew past, gaining, I think, about 45 points last weekend. And yeah, they're just cruising. They're in a comfortable place as of now.
Yeah, they really do seem to be in a comfortable race, but...
And we have our retirement already. Destroyer Draft lost his car, I believe, in sector 1. And well, that's the commentator's curse. He is definitely going to start from the behind, from the last position. It's definitely going to be hard for him to get some points for this weekend.
Yeah, though that's one of the technical corners we were talking about, where it can be really tough to get a traction down, and it does look like he failed to get his traction down, which resulted in him spinning into the wall, causing his tires to just break away and retire. Unfortunate for him, but at the end of the day, he made a mistake that could have been avoided if he was a bit more careful.
Yeah, I guess the cold tire is not helping. Of course, it was the outlap, so I don't think it was the hot lap. But yeah, we see few other drivers have started their hot lap, and we are on board not an influencer who is probably the first driver to go on hot lap, and hence, yes, of course, he will have the purple sector 1. He's definitely one of the fastest driver in tier 3, and yeah, definitely a driver to keep an eye on.
Yeah, he is definitely a fast driver. The interesting thing here is that his teammate has started a hot lap very close to him as well. Like, do you think they can have any reason to that? Is there any like possible gains they're looking at, or could it just be a miscommunication?
Well, generally the pit crew does take some time to, it's a one by one kind of thing, that like first the driver comes out and then they take some time to keep it. But I suppose they should have been not this much close, so it's probably a strategy thing. And even in the last weekend, we saw them finish 1-2, and there was some strategy behind the race restarts. Definitely strategy in play.
Not an influence of finishing laps. It's about 8 tenths faster than his teammate. His teammate really has to put in some pace to get closer to his teammate. Ritesh also sets a lap a tenth slower than not an influencer. Mamu is about to finish his lap as well. Let's see where he sets his lap at. There will be 4th, about 2 seconds off the pace. He needs to find some pace there. And Alpine finishing a lap. Vinay also.
Well, there's Haas retirement. That's really strange, because he's at the center of the track, and Mist is the driver who has lost control of the car and is out of the session. That is a quali, and we did see Vinay just getting that position, that is P5 by few hundredths of a second, but still it is just not acceptable as of now, because not an influencer and Ritesh have set the bar very high.
Yep, not sure if there was score, but Mist is retired. He also made a similar mistake to destroy a track, right?
It looked like his car was at the center of the track, so you're not sure what happened. But yeah, he did lose his front wing, and of course, retirement means he has lost one of the tires. So, yeah.
So as you can see, it's a scoop on a lap. E-Dog letting him through nicely. He does seem to be coping well with the track. Let's see where he finishes. Oh, a bit of understeer there for him, which is definitely not helping his lap time. As you can see, now it comes a chicane. Takes that corner well. Does he break in time? Yes. Hits the apex nicely. Does he get a good exit? Pretty decent exit. As he's rounding the final corner to finish the lap. Where does he go up? 8th. Interesting. The interesting thing I saw is that his ERS is still a 40%, but when I was noticing other people like Mamu, their ERS was much lower.
I was
I'm
going
not
to come to that point because Mamu did get the notification that ERS is deployed, and that kind of looked, odd to me because well, Mamu, I believe Mamu started his Hotlap or the ERS that ERS set to Hotlap was like pretty much earlier than he should have done that.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how the rest of the quali plays off. As you can see now, Lean Slipper now on a hot lap. Let's see how he's able to cope with the lap. So far, so good. Not really making any mistakes. I think he's just being safe with the lap. As the main important thing is to get a banker down, and he has not done that yet. So he has to be careful and just focus on getting a time on that board.
Yeah, definitely. They do not want to miss out on setting a first hot lap. But speaking of which, looks like more and more drivers are being careful on the qualifying here. We see Moo Point, who generally races in Ferrari, but he is in reserve. So yeah, he is racing for Red Bull tonight, and he sets a very unusual time. It's probably not his hot lap, but yeah, definitely has to improve. Has to put some acceptable time on the board there.
I'm not very surprised because the truth is that this track is really challenging, and I wouldn't be surprised if some people just went onto the gravel but they persevered on to finish the lap because mistakes can happen because as I said many times, this is a very technical track and it really challenges the drivers a lot.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, it looked like Moo Point has abandoned his hot lap and probably won't have enough fuel to go on for another lap, which he had planned to. Or is he just charging? No, yeah, he does not have. He has to go in pits for sure. I'll just go on board. I believe not an influencer who is, yeah, ready to go for his second hot lap, second run. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I have to say, he's really showing his dominance here. He's set his banker lap, which still hasn't been dethroned for the past 8 minutes. Sorry, 6 to 8 minutes. So let's see how much more time can he carve out of his hot lap. As you can see, going down the main straight, approaching the first corner at approximately 320 kilometers an hour. Brakes nicely, hits the apex very nicely, and does the chicane very well. Now comes the second right-hander, which is a tire killer. Let's see if he does it well. Yes, he does do it very well. The guy on the right side also moves out of his way as he comes to this corner where Destroy Drag had spun. He does not do that here, and he carries on with his lap. Up comes the next corner where he does it very well as well and gets a very good exit as he moves on to the next left-hander, which is a very fast left-hander, and you can understeer onto the gravel here, which he does not do. As he goes on to the second DRS straight, does he get a good entry? Yes, he does. But here he can catch out people and invalidate their lap, which he doesn't do. Guy ahead moves out of the way just in time and comes for this long left-hander, which is a very tricky corner and can cause sudden snaps. So far, his lap does seem to be very good, but a yellow sector and a green sector, so it is going to be tough to improve on this. So far, I think he might be able to improve. We can only find out soon. Who it does that sausage curve, which definitely unsettled the car, which is not helpful for his time. As he rounds the final corner to finish his lap, does he improve? Yes, he does.
Yes, he does by about 2 tenths there, and he's set the time for 1:17.5. I think he got the purple sector 3, but nonetheless, and his teammate AKQ has not invalidated the lap but can continue. Definitely lost some time on that hot lap. But if we can go on board Ritesh to see how he is doing as of now, because he is also on hot lap, and yes, he is just about to make final few turns, but unfortunately his sector 1 and 2 times have not improved, so I do not think he is going to be improving. And yes, he decides to abandon his hot lap and just pit, and Wolf Imperia not be there. Cuts the pit lane entry, and he didn't invalidate his lap just there. And yeah, now we can see multiple people having that ERS deployed notification. I'm not sure if people are starting their ERS early on, or is it this the consumption that leads to just with 23 percentage of ERS left in the bank after first hot lap?
I think the ERS consumption is a very finicky thing where like your inputs also matter a lot. Maybe like people who are inconsistent with their input might have more ERS in consumption as they might accelerate or brake erratically. But nonetheless, it could be something else which you're not really aware of. As you can see, Swagger Turbo lining up to finish his final hot lap. Not final hot lap. Finishes the hot lap. Is 6th place, about 7/10 off the pace.
Yeah, and just loses the position to AKQ there. The margin is very minimum there. But of course, since it is very minimal, he can definitely try and improve and, get the position probably in the final run. And we are on board Good as Bacon, who is also one of the fastest drivers as of now, has invalidated his lap. But however, his hot lap is just about to start as he's into the final turn.
Yep, as you can see, he's coming down the straight as he has a very high top speed. Will he approach around? I think he should be approaching around 220 kilometers an hour. There's a guy in the middle who impedes him. Oh my, that is very, very dangerous. I think that will be a report incoming for that guy. He needs to be more aware of who is behind him. Let's hope that didn't affect Goodies Bacon's lap by too much. As you can see now is that is the yellow sector. He lost 8/10. That most definitely did affect his lap. I think it's better for him to back off, but I think he does seem to be
with the time left in this session, he has pretty much screwed, and I believe the only better option for him right now is to just go into the pits and refuel, charge his ERS again. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was Ace Scoop who impeded his hot lap, and now notices the cars 2 minutes away.
Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate, and that is really not good. As that, even though he can go back and refuel, that is a tire that's kind of like a bit of their life gone. And like I said, this track is very tough on the tires. He did a hot lap, he did an out lap and started a hot lap. That is somewhere which can cause you to lose some considerable time. You have to do time on it again.
Well, that was very close, and of course, not a good sight for Uday there. Couple of yellow flags, just people giving way to the drivers, and we are on board Uday, who is on his hot lap and is definitely improving. If he's able to improve even by a second, he's gonna get that Red Bull just at P11 there. So the competition is really high here, is because if you look at the mid pack, it's all of them are just separated by 5/10, and they're like 10 cars within that duration there.
Yeah, he does seem to be gaining a lot of time as he is pushing the car throughout the track, not leaving a single bit of margin. Let's see how he's able to cope with this chicane. Does it very, very well. Now he has his 3 corners left. Slightly misses the apex there. Now he's about to round the final corner. It is flat out all the way to the line. Let's see where he finishes. He finishes P12. Gains about a second. And 1 point.
About 0.9 is what he had gained, but just not enough because he just gained about 1 position there. And Deadshot pushes Sandeep Maridu down to P14. He makes his way up to P13. With just few minutes left into the quali, that is like 4 minutes left. I think drivers are pretty much looking to just head into the pits and aim for the final hot lap.
Yeah, the move point definitely not having a good quali because he just finished a hot lap, I think, but he was 30 seconds off the pace and he can't start another hot lap because he's on 1% ERS. So I'm not sure what his course of action is from here on out.
Yeah, with 4 minutes, I think it's going to be like 2 times a lap. So it's going to be close, of course, but it's impossible for him to do another lap. But I'm pretty sure
I think the only thing he can do is regen ERS on his out lap and go. He definitely can't pit and come back out. That is definitely out of the question.
Well, then again, the final factor that remains is like whether or not he has enough fuel to do so. I'll have to wait, and that was move point in exactly opposite facing to the track. And we are on board Mr. Raut, who is improving, but his lap was 134, which pretty much was equivalent to, I guess, out lap or something. But Yeah.
Yep, as you can see, Mr. Raut finishing his lap, rounding the final corner. Let's see where he is able to go. So far, 2 green sectors. Sets a 125. It's not really good lap as right now he is dead last. Not considering the retirements, of course.
Oh, and he cuts the pit exit, but I guess that's fine because at that moment there were no cars coming out of the track, and we are on board, not an influencer, and we see the two McLarens very close to each other yet again, and not an influencer about to start his final hot lap for this quali session. Just behind him, an AKQ who is about to overtake him in the quali, and well, that's spicy and very interesting to see that.
Yeah, I have to say, not an influencer got a horrible exit. I think he slowed down mid-corner for some reason. I'm not even sure why.
No. Influencer is not on his hot lap. It was, I believe, slipstream for AQQ or, well, that didn't look like slipstream either. But yeah, we can confirm that not an influencer is not on hot lap. And we are on board AKQ, who is on hot lap and as of now has purple sector 1. So not an influencer definitely has some work to do when he starts his hot lap, and some traffic ahead of AKQ, who is heads into the sector 2, and is Scoop, I believe, who is ahead of him. I hope he notices the faster car, and yes, does give away. Non-influencer able to create some gap, not doing that right back-to-back thing for the slipstream or something. AKQ has to be very steady in this, and yeah, he does manage to get control of that, but misses a bit of apex there. But yeah, very great sector 3 by him. Control that he kept on his car was phenomenal, and I believe definitely he can improve, and he puts his car to P5, AKQ into 118 flat, and well, misses out P4 by just by hundreds. Very minimal margin there.
Yeah, I hope not an influencer hopefully hasn't taken out too much life out of his tire by doing that service for AKQ, as it might affect his pole time unless he improves by a large margin, which I believe he can, unless that is a yellow sector, but only by 11 hundredths. Sorry, 1 hundredths. Anyways,
Yeah.
as you can see, he's so far coping quite well as he's approaching this left-hander here. Again, a very tricky corner which can completely destabilize the car if it touches the sausage curb. It does go to the sausage curb, but takes it quite well. And he's now on the second DRS straight, as he's now powering down the second DRS straight, approaching the very technical left-hander. Let's see if, and he's currently gaining time, but only by 200ths of a second. Let's see if he can find more time in this final sector. He's right behind his teammate, and let's hope he doesn't catch him or catch any other traffic as he's rounding out his lap, about to finish, going around the last corner now. Let's see where he places his car. Does this help him at all? Let's hope it does. He is pole by 2/10. Wow, he gained 2/10 in the final sector. 2.5.
Yeah, that was really good. Final sector, I gotta say, the quali is not over yet, but that slipstream probably has helped him, and we are on board Jinan. Well, not improving in 2 sectors, so he decides to save the tire life, and he is into the pits. Just few drivers left. That is good. Is Bacon and Swagger Turbo, who we are on board, and of course Swagger is also not able to improve on his final hot lap, and just a sausage curb, so that is definitely going to cost him more time, and not an influencer gets 5 place grid, a penalty for blocking the pit lane, or is it the pit exit? Oh, it's a contact between the 2 McLarens. It's a contact, and not an influencer gets 5 grid again.
I think this has to be replaced because this is AI control.
Is it 5? So I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if this is going to be reverted, and if that is the case, then it is an unfortunate event, because both of them certainly look to have a gap, and at least we saw that there was no contact in this, at least in the second notification that we got, but again, we are not sure about the first one. We did see that non-influencer gets 5 plus 5 grid penalty, so he's probably going to be down to P11. We are not gonna focus on that right now, but we are the yes, he does. We're gonna go for the grid.
That is so
Wolf
unlucky.
Imperium.
Because I think his car should be under AI, after finishing when there's 0 minutes left.
It has to be, yes, it has to be, yeah.
I think something is.
It has to be. We did see the checkered flag on him. And we'll complete the quali there. Wolf Imperia surprisingly gets the Alfa Romeo into P2. Good as Bacon did gain a position. He was P4 throughout, and Ritesh from P2 went dropped down to P4, unable to improve. AKQ, his teammate, in the McLaren P5, Lean Sipper in the Williams P6. Mahmoud out of nowhere getting a lot of time. He's up to P7. It's just behind him a Swagger Turbo in the Mercedes in P8. That is a great qualifying for the Red Bull there, and hopefully he can keep those lap times in for the race as well.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting as we have a race out ahead of us. Unlike even though in real life, usually Spain is not a very.
It's migrating host. We see migrating host. I believe the mistake is going to be rectified. But that was really hilarious.
So yeah,
we have the confirmation that the lobby is going to be restarted, but we did see that the grid. That we have the qualifying results we have, it's just that the grid penalty is going to be removed, but the weather condition is going to stay the same. And fortunately, we did see that it was sunny, dry, clear throughout the race. So yeah, the tire temperatures are one of the factors. Probably they have to keep in mind of the tire pressure that they are going to put.
Yeah, thankfully, not influencer is getting his justice. Had he did nothing wrong there. So his pole is intact, so he will be able to start from the first, obviously, since he's not going to be getting any grid penalties. So let's see what he will be able to do from there. Anyways, it will take some time for all of this to happen, so please do bear with us. Until then, we'll let you know about the upcoming races, which is tomorrow at 2:30. There will be the IRC Tier-2 race, which will also be at Spain, and then later at 8 p.m. there will be IRC Tier-1 race. We can catch the fastest boys from India. So yeah, we can look forward to that, as you can catch some really exciting racing from both tiers, and we can see a lot more action to come. Until then, you have some time to go and grab a glass of water, grab some snacks, and come back in time.
Yeah, till the lobby is set, we'll be right back. If you can move to the slide, and once the lobby is up, which should be maximum 5 minutes, and the stream shall be up and away.
We'll be right back. Sorry.
Well, while we are waiting for the quali, for the lobby to be up, I guess we can definitely talk about the qualifying that happened, the McLaren. Okay. Are we off? Can you mute our sound?
Yeah.
I hope he has muted us though.
No problem. It's funny.
Are we muted though?
Yeah. No, this scene automatically.
No, it's not. अभी podium interview है. This is podium. Well, we are back, guys, and sorry for the long hold that we had kept. And anyways, we have the lobby up and running again. There is some technical issues, all that are being sorted, and we are back into the race. And given that the weather condition we had in our earlier quali session itself, it is going to be a clear session. It's going to be a dry race throughout, and the drivers are loading. They're just gonna load this setup as of now, and we just have to wait for 1 more minute till the lights are out.
Yeah, so I definitely can't wait for this race to finally start. As the drivers will be now on the grid, will have their setups loaded up, and you can see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's lights out, and away we go. You can see not influencer gets a good start. So does most of them get a clean start. There's multiple drivers sizing up a move. Wolf Imperial actually gets a better second phase and takes the lead of the race. You can see not an influencer decides not to battle that and be patient. As you can see, oh, Haas has spun
Multiple
wide.
cars out, two of the Haas is out. That is a miss in Ace Scoop miss, getting a bit of wing damage there. But like we saw, it was a great start for the Alfa Romeo there. The Wolf Imperia, he did have the inside, and he is already up and away from not an influencer who is trying to get the position back. Both of them are on mediums there. Lean Sipper losing the position, and right now both Ritesh and Lean Sipper fighting for that position. They are almost side by side, and most of the drivers starting on the medium stint there. And well, a lot of time lost by Ace Scoop, but we do have 20 drivers on the track, and I believe, yeah, Mighty Owl has joined the race. So we do have the full grid, and one of the drivers going wide off the track. Lean Sipper holding the position of against Ritesh, who did get the position for momentary second. Of course, it is going to be a different scenario when the DRS is enabled. Now the drivers are just going to be concentrating to create much a space that they can. It is yellow flag in sector 3, and it looks like it is Sandeep Maridu who is losing positions, and of course even Deadshot is losing a few positions, and he is down to P18, and Vinay has retired from the section. There is a ghosted car of Alpine there in the middle of the DRS kind of train, but it is not a safety car. Vinay is still moving, but his car is DNF, so I'm not sure what happened there. Not an influencer pushing out, spamming his ERS, and of course he is right behind Wolf Imperia, trying to get the position back.
Yep, definitely Wolf Imperial got a better start compared to not an influencer and not an influencer on the heels of Wolf Imperial. And so far, you can see Vinay, who is out of the race. Very curious what happens. Double yellow flags, sector 2 and
Guys,
3.
I have a small update. We might have another lobby restart, but until then, yeah, let's continue to this one. Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt.
As you can see, Destroyer Drag did a mistake again at the same corner where he did the mistake in his quali lap. So definitely not learning from his lessons as he lost his wing again. At least it is not a retirement like the
Yeah, we have the confirmation. The lobby is going to be restarted. We do not have the reason for this, but it's probably the in-game settings that has been. But nonetheless, it is a lobby restart. So we'll be waiting for the drivers to retire here in this lobby itself, and the race can be up again.
Yep, so we will be right back soon as that was pretty chaotic start, but I think definitely drivers like Wolf Imperial will not be happy as he had gotten a lead into the race starting from second.
Yeah, well, we are back again, and unfortunate that there was one mishap that happened in the one of the drivers had readied up early, and that just did not give the drivers enough time to load this setup, which was not fair for the whole of the pack. So yeah, we did have to restart, and finally we are back in our lobby restart. Just to remind our viewers that it is going to be a dry race. It's a clear weather for tonight, and again, thank you for waiting so much. And I'm gonna assure you that it is definitely going to be worth the wait.
Yeah, it is generally frustrating as much as for us as it is for you. We apologize for all the delay caused, and honestly, we strive our best to prevent this from happening. But there are some people who simply do not cooperate with us.
Yeah, well, with just 10 seconds to go, and I believe the drivers have loaded their setups. They just have to tweak a bit from the quali, and yeah, the race should be up and away. And Ashay, why don't you take over?
Yep, as we are now 4 lights, 5 lights, and it is lights out, and away we go. Oh, not really? Yes, no, yes, thank you.
There's a jump start. Aces Scoop gets jump start drive through, and one of the Alpine is already off the track. On Wolf Imperia not getting better start, but he does have the inside of there. And Mighty Owl is already down to the last. Wolf Imperia almost got the position, but yeah, Wolf Imperia is able to get hold of that position, and there is cars out of the track. Yellow flag in sector 1, but there is no indication from FIA. But the race moves on. The grid ahead is good. Mahmood Admi gaining one position. He is able to hold it steady as of now, and we see Swagger Turbo in the inside. That was very close, and again Mahmood Admi and AKQ has bit of contact. There is some of the end plate lost, and it is AKQ down to P14. We move up to the order. That is Lean Sipper, who is doing well as of now to hold the position. Wolf Imperia not able to capitalize the race start, but yeah, he is able to hold his position.
Yeah, very interesting start of the race, and this time not an influencer does not get jumped by Wolf Imperia, which is definitely good for him as he learned his lesson. Other than that, a pretty chaotic start at the back, and it is very unfortunate the Ace Scope has got a drive-through penalty. Let's hope that it's sort of a glitch and not done by his own mistake, but it is very possible that it is by his own mistake. Anyways, so far a pretty clean first lap and a couple of incidents near the back. Let's hope that these drivers can continue racing cleanly. As you can see, a couple drivers on the hards. As you can see, who's it pitting?
Jinan.
Down, I can't read it. Okay,
Jinan and Ace Scoop as well. Ace Scoop is probably serving his drive-through, and we see Jinan. Oh, bit of contact, is it? But yeah, destroyed Drax wings are intact. So we're not sure what happened, but it is yellow flag in sector 1 as Miss is pushed off wide of the track, and he's down to P17. It is Uday Agarwal up to P16 as of now, and Mr. Rout also decides to pit. I'm not sure what happened with him, but yeah, he has to go for the hards, and many of the drivers starting on mediums, which is the ideal stint to start with.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate as Destroyed Drake rear ends missed, and I think that caused him to spin. Let's hope Mist can come back from
time. So we see Mighty Owl is disconnected, and Influencer is just flying right now. He has already created 1.6 seconds gap, and speaking of the gap, Lean Sipper is also able to create the same gap, and good is Bacon and Lean Sipper almost close there, but yeah, sorry, Wolf Imperia and Good is Bacon, that was.
Yeah, a very good is we can try to have a look down the inside, but fortunately for Wolf Imperia, Williams going off the track. What happened there? Is that what move point?
I think there was glitch because we do not see any yellow flags, neither do we see any car off track. It was Lean Sipper momentarily who looked like he was off track, but no, everything is fine, and even the delta has not changed a bit. So,
the cars are twerking a lot, but let's hope that doesn't continue. Anyways, we're back on Goodies Bacon, who is maintaining his gap of within half a second to Wolf Imperia, and this next lap he will be getting DRS. As you can see, did anything happen there? get
It was
close.
yellow flag for momentary. The move point and AKQ is somewhere around them. The incident happened, and as they go side by side into the turn 10, 11, I believe, and AKQ, we do not have the information on him about his wings, but yeah, the end plates look fine. So damage wise, I think they are good to go. But he is and we see move point missing the breaking point, and he goes off wide off the track, and most of the drivers that we seen like P13 to below were like already down to already down with 50% of ERS, and we are just in lap 4.
As we saw that Good is making use of DRS to dive down the inside of Wolf Imperial to take the P2 from him. Let's see if Wolf Imperial is able to hang on and try to do what he got done by in the next lap, which is getting overtaken by the DRS. He has to hold on though and stay within that 1 second, and the closer the better.
Yeah, well, since the DRS is enabled, they do have to work together right now to get close to Influencer, because he is already away by 2.3 seconds. He has a lead, and yeah, they do have to get that DRS advantage to gain the position, gain the pace that they do not have as of now. And we see yellow flags, and it's Ace's Scoop who has spun around. No damage to his wings, though. It's probably just a spin that is in turn 2, and again, we have yellow flags which are right now cleared, and it's the another Haas who has probably spun around, and it's missed. Yeah, it is a safety car. Safety car is out, and non-influencer has already crossed the finish line of the pit entry as well. So most of the cars not going to capitalize on that pit. I don't think anybody has to pit as of now, except for Mist, who did lose his front wings.
Let's say the safety car goes on for 3 laps. If someone slaps on the hards right now, will they able to finish the race with it, or is that too much to ask?
It's way too much to ask, I believe. 3 laps, and yeah, it's yeah, like we discussed in quali, this track is a tire killer. But of course, there will be probably one more safety car. But if we are considering that there is no more safety cars, it's hard. I would say he's going to be in 80% tire wear at least.
Yeah, we'll have to see what. Yeah, it will be very, very interesting to see if like maybe they might be able to finish off the race. Like maybe it will take a lot of time management, that's for sure. And at the end of the day, it might not even be ideal for that. But you can see some people pitting, and that is Mist and Jinan. I think Jinan is back on the hearts.
Yeah, the one that he started his race with, and he is lucky that he made it out. It looks like the drivers are driving very fast. I'm not sure what the delta is for them, but if you see, like he's almost there, getting lapped in lap 5 itself, Jinan.
Yeah, that is definitely not ideal, as once you get lapped, it is really, really tough to come back into the race. And let's hope that he does not get lapped.
Yeah, well, the safety car is waiting for the leader. That is not an influencer. It is really good for Good as Bacon and Wolf Imperia. Unfortunate for Wolf Imperia, who did lose the position just about 2 sectors before the safety car came out. However, now Good as Bacon has a good chance to, give a good fight to not an influencer at the moment.
Yep, right now there is the safety car is out, so there is not really much action going on. There's not even many people are pitting. I think so far only Jinan and Mist pitted, right?
Yes, and surprisingly mispitted for Softs, which, well, he did have wing damage, but it looks like, yeah, he's going for the soft hard strategy as of now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just put on the soft so they can pit in next lap, and yeah, I think that's my best guess, because I don't see any point in actually running the softs. But yeah, let's see what his course of action is here.
It's probably because he has to fill the number of laps that hards cannot do. Like I would say if the safety car was out at lap 12, and then it's a blind hard. So yeah, he has to fill those like 5 to 6 laps, and he has to make it go for this many laps. Yeah.
Yep. Until then, the release was to say. Other than I would say so far, Not an Influencer has had a good start. and he's maintained the lead, while Mufim Pereira not so much. In the first race he got the lead and was cruising comfortably, but now he's finding himself in P3, which is definitely not ideal, but the safety car will give him hope, as it is basically resetting the race, and it gives him a chance to retake the lead. That is if he gets past Good is Bacon.
Yeah, definitely. And this is just the first lap of safety car that has been, because when the safety car came out, the leader was very close, and yeah, we pretty much had we're pretty much having exactly one lap extra than the safety car came out. So it's just like first lap, and of course the grid has not caught up, and something happening in turn one there. We see some position changing between Moo Point and Mighty Owls. That looked a bit saucy, but yeah. Oh, is that no wings? Moo Point, it looked like Moo Point has no wings. No front wing. Okay, no, he's good. Wrong call. But yeah, we did see the position change between Moo Point and Mighty Owl. We are not sure what happened. And speaking of which, Mist and Mr. Routh has decided to give up on the softs that way they were holding on to. Mist decides to pit for the hards, and Mr. Routh decides to go on for the mediums. He's probably going for the medium strategy at the moment. And of course, pretty much all the drivers have caught up except for these two, so the safety car is definitely going for one more lap out.
Yeah, if someone is planning to pit for the hards or you go to the end of the race, the safety car going for as long as possible is definitely going to help, and looks like Mist is taking advantage of it, as he is now pitted again for the hards.
Yeah, it's just a strategy that you wanted to see if it would work or not. So we do have Mist on our end with, I believe he has to do 26. He has to do about 26 laps to get through the line there. The safety car is going to be out for one more lap, as Mr. Routh and Mist are yet to catch. And as of now, the strategy of the drivers, most of the drivers look pretty much clean, because the medium runners are right at the moment are like already 7 lap old tires, so they can definitely extend by a lap or two, because there was a safety car for 4 laps is what we can say, including the initial lap when the notification came out, and they can definitely extend it by 2 laps. So the pit window between the medium runners and the hard is going to be like at the midpoint of the race, that is around like lap 15-16, where we can, if the next safety car is comes out just then we should see the whole grid just diving into the pits.
Yeah, that will definitely make the race very, very interesting. As now we are getting ready. I think safety car will be in this lap no matter what. But anyways, Mist has gotten up with the pack, so we'll be getting ready to go racing, which we would so dearly love to see.
Yeah, we do have the notification that safety car is going to be in this lap, and not an influencer is going to be in charge of the restart. Well, we were talking about Destroy Drac, who did miss out on the quali. He was the first driver to, get DNF'd in the qualifying session, but he has made out most of this race start. He has already jumped up by 8 positions, and he is already up to P11. So he is currently leading the WDC. So definitely a driver to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
The safety car is almost into the pits, and this is the cue for not an influencer. He can go out any moment, which he chooses to now, and he started ERS, but not a good restart for him, because Good is Vacant is just right behind him, and so are the other drivers who are going to easily catch up to him. But is the track length just enough for them? No, it's not. Good is Vacant. Not an influencer is going to hold the lead, but the drivers, Ritesh going into the ghosted lean sipper, looks like network issue, but yeah, Ritesh is going to overtake that ghosted car, and lean sipper is already dropped down to P6. Swagger Turbo also capitalizes that, and Mamuk Army from P7 has Has he lost control? No, he has not, but there is yellow flag. It looks like it's somebody else, but Mahmoud Admi losing one position, and it is AKQ who has retired. This should not be another safety car or VSC because we are into the restart, and Uday gains another position of the Alpha Torida of dead shot, and another position change, and that is very close between Wolf Imperia and Goodis Bacon. Wolf Imperia sends it down the inside. Goodis Bacon has to go a bit wide, and of course he does go bit way wide, but yeah, Wolf Imperia gets the move done. He is up to P2 but misses the break point. He's into the gravels, and the rejoin is very questionable, but Goodis Bacon gets the position. Ritesh not happy, probably not happy with the rejoin there, but yeah, Wolf Imperia is back on the track with P3 there. We have yellow flags in sector 3, and we see multiple cars of the track. One of them is a Scoop and the ghosted car of Sandeep Maridu. Is a Scoop having orange right wing damage there, but I'm not sure if he is going to pits. Yes, we see multiple cars, about 3 cars into the pits already. It looks like multiple incident happened there in sector 3, and right now Ritesh is charging for that Wolf Imperia's car. Wolf Imperia did lose the control in the final sector, but hopefully now he can keep it steady.
Yeah, so far a very interesting start to the race. A lot of chaos ensuing all over the track, but Not Influencer still maintaining his lead. Wolf Imperia still in third, but hot on Wolf Imperia's tail is his own teammate Ritesh. Let's see how much of a fight he can put. But right behind Ritesh, he is under pressure from Swagger Turbo. So far it's really close between all of them. So let's see how all of this goes, as we can now see Swagger Turbo, and it's sort of a small train from P3 all the way down to P8, but not an influencer, pulling a gap really quickly from Goodies, because as you can see, a Merc of Swagger Turbo is spun on that corner. That is so heartbreaking, as he was right on the tail of the lead pack. He's now down to 9th, right on the back of Mighty Owl. As you can see now, DRS has been enabled. Mahmoud Admi, it won't be enabled for this straight. It will be enabled for the second DRS straight, as the detection zone for this straight is before the lap starts.
Yes, definitely. And we see the gap between non-influencer Goddess Bacon and Wolf Imperia. It's about 1.6 seconds between all 3 of them, and that is surprisingly big, because it was just 2 laps that we had the safety car out for. But yeah, Ritesh is pretty much just behind Wolf Imperia. He is definitely going to be close, and we have yellow flags in sector 1. It looks like it's the Sandeep Maridu Best and Mr. Raut, the train that has that was close, and yes, Sandeep Maridu is very close to Mr. Raut, and we have another yellow flag, and that is Moo Point out. We do not have info on his wing damage, but yeah, he has spun and pretty much down to P15 right now, and destroyed Rack, who was caught in the earlier incident in the sector 3 that we seen. He did have to pit for the wing change, and he have another spin from Mr. Raut. This time he has to correct his car, and it is yellow flag in sector 2. Mr. Raut drops down to P15 as Moo Point is going to overtake him just about now, as the DRS is enabled, and we have sector 3 yellow flags, and the Alpha Tauri going just wide, and that is DNF. Mr. Raut DNF from there. It looked like he had no control or whatsoever, but yeah, you did see him go diagonally, and that is safety car number 2, lap 11, just perfect for the medium runners to pit. We'll have to see who is entering, who is near the pit lane. It is the Haas and Ferrari. It looks like the Ferrari, none of them. Yeah, the Ferrari has decided to double stack in the pits. They can definitely go on for the Haas and make it till, and all the medium runners can probably pit right now for the Haas and make it till the end.
Yeah, this is going to be another safety car. Strategy is completely out of the windows, but except for the people who hasn't pitted yet. This is perfect for them to pit for the Haas.
Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of cars out there with the mediums. There is a blind pit for them at this point, and yeah, like you said, the strategy is out of the window. This is just perfect for the medium runners.
One thing to take note is that this is absolutely disastrous for Wolf Imperia and Ritesh, as they are so close together, and if they double stack now, Ritesh is going to lose so many positions. So we'll have to see what kind of decisions they make, as they're truly in a dilemma right now.
Yeah, that is a good point that you have brought up, and it looked like Ritesh is trying to, slow down the pack as we see the delta increasing from 2 seconds to already 3 at this moment. But he needs more than 5 seconds for to be able to, not lose much time. But it is definitely out there that he is going to lose some positions, and that is unfortunate for him. And of course, for the Williams, who are also close, and that was close in the exit. But even the two Williams are very close, just right behind each other.
Yeah. Do you think if he would have lost last time if he went around another lap, or do you think it's better for him to double stack there? Because that's the one thing I'm not too sure about this game, whether you lose time if you decide to stay out on the first lap.
Yeah, just Gina almost overtook the safety car. But the point was, if he had not, pitted, he would be the leader. He would have been the race leader. So the safety car would be slowing him down, and it was not in his control. The pace would not be in his control, and the pack would have caught probably by sector 3, and he would have lost like all the positions that he had.
Yeah, they were really. It's sort of like a suffering from success situation where both of them are doing so well, but they got put in such a bad situation when it came down to the pits.
Yeah, and you see Wolf Imperia is down to P5 as Gina and Miss decides not to pit. So they lose those 2 positions. So and Ritesh has lost about 3 positions because of the double stack that they had to do. And of course the Williams, if you see Lean Sipper and E-Dog, they were very close to each other, and Lean Sipper to E-Dog is like 5 positions lost. So it looks like E-Dog has lost more positions in the double stack than Ritesh did.
Yeah. So Jiran has taken the lead of the race, but if do you think he'll be able to maintain the lead? Like, let's say safety car is going to be out until lap 15. He's going to have what, 12 lap old hards. I don't think this is a good decision for him. He should have pitted with the rest of the pack. And even if it's now, it's most definitely going to come last.
If we are counting on the drivers to go on till the end of the race, that is like 20 laps. So Jinan is just like halfway there. He's just on the 10 lap old. Of course, the race resume is not going to be ideal for him, but he can definitely do it enough to not lose the position in the start itself.
No, but I think this is a calculated gamble because realistically speaking, he was so far down the order where he truly had nothing to lose. I think his gamble is basically just stay out in the safety car, pray that within the next 5 to 10 laps another safety car come out and pit for the mediums, because if that gamble truly works out, it will truly play into his hands.
Yes, while we were on that, Goddess Bacon has disconnected. So he is on P4 until the race does not resume. He is safe in the hands of AI, but after that, it's pretty much he will be losing some positions. But yeah, we did see Jinan doing this kind of strategy. I've seen him do this multiple times, at least like 3 to 4 races, where he decides to hold on to the hards. And of course, it's a gamble. So we did see him finish in great position. The outcome was really good for him, and in few races it wasn't the most ideal one. But again, that is what. Oh, Mighty Owl gets 5 seconds to severe collision with Swagger Turbo. Swagger Turbo is losing position to Mighty Owl. It looked like he was pushed off track, but he had the notification of safety car is in this lap, and that means Good as Bacon is running out of time to rejoin. Mighty Owl gets 5 seconds time penalty again. It believes it was for the illegal overtake or against Swagger Turbo, but yeah, that is 10 seconds on his name, and I'm not sure if he has wing damage. However, we are on board Jinan, who is in control of the lobby as of now. And
Jinan decides he does get a good restart.
Yeah, we did see that he wanted to have just catch not an influencer of God, and which he did, and he is able to hold that position till the end of the lap. And of course, for more laps, I think he does have that pace and he can keep the position.
Yeah, so far it is dream of a restart for Jinan as he managed to catch not an influencer off guard as he was being very sketchy with that restart. But as you can see, a huge scrap behind for the P4 position, a huge gaggle of cars fighting out for that position out there. Mamukadmi getting involved, makes his way out to P5. Lean Slipper trying to hold on to the position, but Mamukadmi has better speed, but Lean Slipper comes back at him and shuts the door very aggressively on him. There could have been a really bad accident if Mama didn't back out. Now Mama is under pressure from Ritesh, who is also very, very close to him, and he's getting ever so closer. And let's see if they're able to, if the no-take is going to happen here. Does Ritesh dive down the inside here? He does dive down the inside here. Do they touch? No, they don't. What a move from Ritesh. Gets past Mamu, makes easy work of it.
Yeah, well, that was a great move, and we see Goddess Bacon losing some positions. He is still on AI, but he has definitely joined the race back. But it all comes down to when he is going to take the control of that car. I hope not in the chicane. He's already down to P11, and what is this? We see, unfortunately, Mighty Owl was ghosted at that moment. But what did we see? Swagger Turbo and Mighty Owl, either one of them is definitely having connection issues. But we do not have the info on Swagger Turbo's damage details. But it looks like his end plates are fine, and Mighty Owl having some erratic movement there, but again catches Goddess Bacon off guard with those movement. Swagger Turbo moves up to P8, and we are seeing good track back to P9, and some side-by-side action going here in Sector 1 as we see, that is contact between Lean Sipper and Mamukadmi. Vinay gets a second time penalty for extended track limits there, but the action is still going on as it's a four-way battle, a very close battle between the drivers here, and the action is definitely going to continue because the DRS is going to be enabled in next lap.
Yeah, this is definitely very, very close fighting for the fight for P3. From P3 to P7 or even 8, sorry.
Yeah.
P9, sorry. It's so close between all of these guys. If anyone who makes mistakes, he's just going to drop down the right. Mamu tries to dive on the inside, takes out the Williams and himself at the same time. Destroyer Drag tries to make a very unnecessary move and ruins his chances.
And that's a safety
car out again.
That's the safety car, and Moo Point is ghosted. Is he ghosted? No, he's fine. He is just looking out for the Delta, but it is Lean Seeper who has lost his car, and he's out of the session. Moo Point get his 10 seconds. Yeah, we did see him. He did cut the whole chicane there, and of course he gets 10-second time penalty, which he probably can get it removed in pits if he does pit twice. But yeah, the safety car is out. It's just the time.
This is exactly what I said. This is sort of similar to what I said would happen. This is a perfect chance for Jinan to pit, actually.
Well, the medium runners had their fun. They had the perfect window to pit, and now it's the time for hard runners probably to dive into the pits. And the problem at this moment is all the drivers are very close. It's like there is not much gap. So even if people are going to pit at this point, they're going to lose more positions compared to the early safety car because the gap there was more.
Yeah, was there incident was that safety car brought up because of Lean Slipper's retirement, and that was caused by the tangle between Mamuka Adni, am I right?
It looked like Lean Slipper could have held his car. I'm not sure, of course, but it looked like he just lost control, and there was he just rammed into the wall. There was I believe he could have tried, he could have reacted a bit more better, but we didn't have a clear view on that. So yeah.
To be fair, this game's contract model does make it hard to avoid incidents, as once you touch it's like a magnet. It's inseparable. Anyways, now another safety car is out, and as expected, Jinan does pit, but he's all the way down to P12. He will have to put the drive of his life to come back up the grid, but with that tire advantage, it might not be completely out of the options.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see who is going to pit, but I think we have already gone past the pit lane, and has nobody decided to pit. this point over.
Only Gina did.
It was only. Yeah,
Is
so
it because it is AI pitting? I'm so confused.
oh, we do have to go on his car only to find out, as his car is making his way out of the pits, and Jinan is comparatively in a good position because well, I think the hard runners that are ahead of him are definitely on to like looking to finish finish the race in these tires itself. It's just that Miss and Destroyer Drac are probably the ones who have to pit. Since because they cannot make it till the end.
I have to say, I just noticed something. Destroyer Drake on 8 lap old mediums chooses not to pit. I don't know what to say because he's attempting to finish the race with tires that are 23 laps old. What do you think of that, ABD?
Either that or he just I think I saw him pit. I'm not sure what happened because just about few laps. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 8 laps before. I saw him pit just a few laps before, and well, I think he just pit back to his old mediums there.
Okay. Let's just hope maybe most of those laps are under safety car so that for his own sake his tires aren't too worn.
Yeah, probably. We see Mighty Owl now into the pits, and he is opted for the hards, the 5 lap old hards that he is on, and yeah, good is going to pass him easily since this is the third safety car, I believe. There's a chance that it might go in this lap, and we see one of the car is ghosted. It looked like Ferrari. It's probably Uday who is ghosted, or that is disconnected. Yeah, it looks like Uday Agarwal is disconnected at the moment, so it's going to cause some time loss to the drivers behind them, and of course the dirty air once this race resumes is just oh well, he's back.
Yeah, so it will be very interesting to see this race, and I have to say this race is turning out to be one of those races that is very, very long. So yeah, it is a roller coaster of emotions, and yeah, let's hope this turns out to be a very good race. And so far, it has been a very good race with a lot of action.
Yeah, hopefully we do see the safety car is in this lap notification, which we have not. Yes, and yes, our prayers have come. So we get the notification that safety car is going to be in this lap, and we have our new race leader that is not an influencer. The grid is back in order that it started almost started. It's not an influencer, and Wolf Imperia fighting for the lead of the race, and Miss is there with 12 lap old hards. Which is probably not ideal, and Lean Sipa gets disconnected just before the race restart, but it's fine that because he has been DNF'd, and not an influencer with a smart restart that he takes it till the end of the start finish line and finally decides to go, causing some chaos at the back who are not aware when he is going to go, and there is ER spam by all the drivers. They are already down to 70%, and couple of positions lost. I believe it's the yellow flag again. It's Sandeep Murray who is spun and dead shot along with him. But focusing ahead, we have Mist, who is just about a second. Ritesh making the move on the old hards of Mist, and we see side by side Swagger Turbo keeping an eye on the action going on, and Swagger wants to take part in it too. Swagger has not completed the move yet, but he has now, as he is up to P4. Great racing and racecraft by other drivers there. As we speak, Ace Scoop has retired in Sector 2. It's of course not going to be a safety car. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ashri. And the action still continues as Miss is losing positions right, left and center because Mamu Gadmi, that's a safety car. Just as we speak, there's not even one lap, and it's just I'm not sure why is it so late that the notification came out. However, there was some side-by-side action, and Miss is already down to P7. He might want to consider. That looked like contact between Destroyer Drag pushing off Mamu, and Destroyer Drag cutting the pit lane entry there. I hope Mamu does not have wing damage. Yeah, he does not have wing damage, but yeah, destroyed drag certainly does because he did pin Mamu from the back.
Yeah, it's a fourth safety car, and this just give the chance of missed pit. I don't know what to say. I have to say these drivers today definitely not showing their best form in terms of racecraft, and I would say a lot of drivers have to take a look and reflect on this race and see how they can improve. But some drivers don't have to do that, and one of them being not an influencer, Wolfram and Ritesh, who have been leading a very good race and just giving us such good racing between among them.
Yeah, well, the pack is caught up. Now comes the most crucial question. Well, of course, it all depends whether the race leader decides to pit or not, because they have caught up to the safety car. Oh, and we see Uday Agarwal without any front wing there, so he is the one of the drivers who is definitely going to pits. With about 12 laps to go, we'll have to see if any of the drivers change their mind in going to pit for fresh mediums till the end of the race.
Yeah, at this point, there's been so many safety cars. Honestly, it's even tough to know what strategy these drivers are going to do. Like they can't just keep pitting because there's obviously a limited set of tires. So I think these drivers are just as confused as us whether to know what's the optimal strategy to be on. Is there even an optimal strategy? Is it just a toss of a coin whether you're lucky or not to get the strategy right in unprecedented situations like this? It is a very tough ask of these drivers to make such quick decisions in such high stress situations, as they have to pit quickly or decide to not pit quickly. But
yeah, we see, of course, Uday Agarwal is going to dive into the pits and not an influencer, and most of the drivers are deciding not to pit at this point. Mist decides not to pit. I'm not sure what is going on in his mind. 11 laps to go. Mist, we saw what happened in the race restart. He was losing positions to pretty much all the cars there. I'm not sure what is in his mind.
yeah, so I think now is a good time for you guys to maybe take a stretch, get the blood flowing, because maybe you've been seated for way too long. Because I know I definitely have, my legs are definitely cramping up right now. But yeah, this is one of those long races, but you know that whenever there's a long race, there's going to be a hectic finale that everyone's dying to see.
Yes, definitely. We did see some good side-by-side action, and even Mamu Kadmi and Swagger Tabu at this point are in very good position. We saw that they have the pace there, and now with the clean air that they're going to have, it's a perfect setup for them. It's a perfect stage for them to show their skills and probably aim to get the podium tonight.
Apologies. Yep. So yeah, it'll be a very safety car in this lap. Okay, but yeah, this will be very close, and there's 11 more laps, which should be no safety car because there's a 4 safety car limit. Am I right?
Well, I think it's just the thumb rule, but I wouldn't I wouldn't rule it off.
Allow that option.
Yeah, I would rule it off. We still have 11 laps. It's more than enough for for another safety car. Well, we do have the notification that safety car is going to be in this lap, and again, not an influencer is in charge of the race restart, and he does in fact catches Wolf Imperial. The gun as he spins out and he loses the front wing. Ritesh is net P2 as of now, and Swagger Tabu Mamu gaining positions. That's just unfortunate for Wolf Imperialis. He's dead last, and he has to pit for the fresh wings as well. Moving on, Ritesh was able to react to the car moving diagonal to him, but he did lose some time. He's already 1 second off. Jinan with the comparatively fresh mediums is right behind Miss. Miss is going to face the heat as he's already on the old 16 lap old hards.
Yeah, I think that this would have been very tough because he was on old hards, but at the end of the day, everyone is facing those conditions, and it's a driver error that at the end of the day ruined his race. We can now carry on. We can see Mahmoud Kadmi trying to catch up to Swagger Turbo to claim the final podium position that he so clearly desires. As you can see, Jinan, like you said, is making a comeback in this race on 5-lap old mediums and putting in an amazing drive, trying to overtake Mist. He needs to clear Mist as soon as possible so that he can go up and fight the people ahead. And this race is not over for him yet.
Yeah, I can see good pace. Of course, the fresh mediums kicking in. And we have yellow flag in Sector 3. That is near the main straight. It looks like Moo Point has spun around in the last final corner. And Jinan trying to make the move. He has already dumped a good amount of ERS. And yes, he is lucky that he has made the move. Otherwise, it would have costed him a lot of ERS that he has spammed in that miss with the old hards not able to... and Good is Bacon is already just side by side to him and sends it down the inside. They go side by side, and Good is Bacon does the move as so does Destroyer Drag there, and Mist is just losing positions just as it did earlier in the race restart, and Wolf Imperia decides to retire in pits, and that is his misery and dead.
Yeah, those are the consequences that Mist faced as he was on those tires for way too long. And I have to say, do you think it's possible for the top 3 to completely switch and to become Jinan, Good Speaker and Drag, especially now that they're on softer tires that are also younger?
Yes, definitely, because the delta is there and they have more than enough laps to, put the pressure on these hard runners.
Yeah, I would say these guys should just focus on working together. Honestly speaking, because they have a bit of time to catch up to. But yeah, they shouldn't be fighting, and they should be working together. Good Speaker now using ERS only to overtake Jinan and does seem to have make easy move of it and is far ahead as he is breaking into first corner.
Now comes the problem between Destroyer Drac and his teammate Jinan. Destroyer Drac is the leader of WDC as of now. Is there going to be any team orders? Yes, we can see Destroyer Drac sending it down the inside, and it's a good and easy move for Drac there. Good bit of sportsmanship by both of them. And Destroyer Drac is already up to P6, who started at P19 in this race.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because first of all, Destroyer Drake, I think has been slightly faster than Jinan, and then other than that, he also has younger tires than Jinan. So it's better to let Destroyer Drake take advantage of those younger tires rather than waste it behind Jinan. So I think this was not like a good call for the betterment of Destroyer Drake and the team themselves, as now Destroyer Drake sets cross to catch up to Goodies Bacon and the rest of the pack.
Yeah, the delta between the hard runners and medium is also there. This has to be closed down, as the DRS should be enabled this lap, I believe. It's already enabled, and yeah, Mahmoud Admi, we are on board. Mahmoud Admi, who is just out of the DRS delta, but yeah, the detection was early on, so Mamu has to keep up to be within the DRS of Swagger Turbo. Good Destroyer Drac looking to send it inside, but yeah, of course, realizes it's very too far.
He didn't let his intrusive thoughts take over.
Lucky for Goodies Bacon that who is holding the position P5, but again under the heat of the medium runners, they all have to team up and catch up to the hard runners, and then only they can think of getting the position. While they do that, they also have to conserve some ERS to make the move done. Otherwise, I think the long straight is just not enough for them. They definitely have to have some ERS advantage.
Yeah, right now these guys should try to push, but push conservatively in the fact where they have to conserve slight of the bit of the ERS so that they have enough ERS to fight it out later on, as that's when the ERS matters most when you're in battles. So yeah, let's see how good their ERS conservation skills are, as it's a tough ask, to be fast consistently and to try and conserve ERS at the same time. As you can see, Mamukadi gets a 3-second penalty, which is absolutely not good, as behind him there's 3 medium runners right on his tail trying to catch up to him, and right now he would be immediately dropped down to P6.
Yeah, he was in a good position until that time penalty kicked in. But it looks like other drivers are right now are in comfortable position. If you're talking about the time penalty, they have something ahead. Okay, like that Mahmoud Kadmi has 3 seconds, so they do not have to, push and get those warnings for the extended track limits. While we are on that, we see that Swagger Turbo has caught up to Ritesh, and just as we speak, there is yellow flag in sector 1. But it looked like it was just Mighty Owl who went bit wide off the track, and it is very close between Mist and Vinay there. Vinay almost about to get the move done against Mist as well. Mist who did decided not to pit is now going to lose the position to the fresher mediums, and he is almost down to P11. He is battling as much as he can, and the exit difference between the traction difference between Vinay's car and Mist, that just shows the grip is already on. But with just 5 laps left in this race, I think there's no point of Mist going into pits at this point.
Yeah, I would say I think very good job by Swagger to conserve his ERS. You can see he's being patient, biding his time. He got quite close to Ritesh, but he was patient. He didn't use ERS to get closer. He knows that he's faster than Ritesh, and he can overtake him in the next lap, as he's trying his best to conserve the ERS to dump it all later on. I would say that shows a lot of maturity in the way he's driving.
Yeah, definitely. Like we spoke earlier, that the ERS is definitely required to make the move done. You just cannot rely on the DRS itself. So that's one thing that he has to conserve. That's one thing that all the drivers have to conserve when they are looking to get the move done. So just keep on gaining time and let the DRS do the thing. Let the DRS get you close as possible to the car, and then just aim for the better exit and spam all the ERS that you have.
You got the devil. The 2 medium runners, except for Jinan, unfortunately, have caught up to the lead pack. Except that the lead pack does not include not an influencer, because he has pulled a massive 4.5 spin. As you can see, Goodies Beacon having this half spin, and Destroyed Drag is going to be right on his back. He's going to dump ERS, as this is the best opportunity he is going to get to overtake Goodies Beacon. As he takes the outside, let's Goodies Beacon take the inside line. Will he be able to hang it round the outside in turn 1? Yes, he does. What a move by Destroyed Drag. And he now sets off to catch Mamuka Adi.
Well, that was very close, but Mamu is definitely getting the heat, because these medium runners are fighting to get the ride behind him. But none of them luckily did not lose any time off to Mamu Kadmi. But the next DRS is definitely going to be the one to look out for, because we have Swagger Turbo, and then Swagger also has lost some time to Ritesh. He is even Mamu has caught up to him. So it looks like Swagger made a mistake, and that's just helpful for Mamu, because he gets the DRS off of him.
I think Swagger, he was catching up to Ritesh, but I think he made a mistake, and that caused him to fall back. Let's hope he will be able to catch up. But right now, the person under pressure is Goodies Beacon. Just goes inside Destroy Drag. Okay, that's okay. I think Destroy Drag is having some connection issues, which is absolutely terrible, because that is not how it is. Oh wait, no, he lags back in front. Okay, Migrating Host simply has left a Saturn. Okay, what is going on? I am very confused. Anyways, Destroy Drag making a move on Mauka Admi very easily. Why is he slowing down? Is he out of fuel?
No, I don't think so, but I do hope that the lobby does not crash out. But Swagger is down to P6, Goodies Beacon up to P5. Mamuka Admi probably have gotten illegal overtake notification, which is why he decided to slow down. But nonetheless, I just hope that the lobby does not crash, because we are into lap 30 with just 3 laps to go in this race, in this long night. And we see position changing between Jinan and E-Dog. It looks like they are side by side. Jinan holding on to those I think they are pretty much worn mediums at this point, but it looks like he has lost some time. Destroyer Drag has finally made it up to P4. Is very close to the Ritesh. That was very close contact between both of them, but it looks like
Oh,
That
okay.
is ghost. That is him ghosted and gets the position. Destroyed rack is flying. So is good as bacon as Ritesh gets double overtaken. That too, the cars just go through him and. Well, non-influencer is just lucky, just happy that he is way ahead of the chaos, but he is losing in interval. What is going on? He's just losing time like anything. The delta is dropping from 4.5 seconds to 3.5 and so on. Destroyed rack is just flying. So is good as bacon, who is just around him, but Ritesh is already off 1 seconds and we have yellow flag in sector 1. It looks like it's a Mercedes, but we are focusing on the other Mercedes that is good as bacon, who sends it down the inside and destroyed rack. Good defensive move by him, but pushes good as bacon bit wide of the track, does not leave enough space, and well, good as bacon has to go on for another sector. We has to wait for another better exit to get the position from him. That was just phenomenal.
I have to say, I am so confused. I still don't understand why Swagger Turbo down in 6th. Did he spin or something?
Well, he did not, but yeah, we did see yellow flags just about few seconds ago, and that was a Mercedes. Speaking of Mercedes, good as bacon is back, and yeah, it is now the DRS advantage is going to kick in, so it is depending on who is going to be ahead, and that is destroyed track. So good as bacon just has to aim for a better exit with 70% ERS in his bank. This move is pretty much done, and yes, good as bacon also has the inside. Destroyed rack left with 5% ERS. Good as bacon has to keep on spamming that ERS, and that is move done. Good as bacon is up to P2. Not an influencer, not so far. He's just 2 seconds off, and it looks like with just 2 laps of racing left, not an influencer is as of now in a good position, but of course they're just rushing in like anything.
The time is getting eaten away. Look, that 6 tenths gone in the first sector. What is going on? 8 tenths down. There's still 2 laps of racing. Sorry, 1.5.
And they're already in the DRS zone, and it looks like there are going to be total of 3 DRS for good as bacon. I don't think he needs the 3 of them. I think he can make the move done in this itself, as he's already down to 5 tenths. But destroyed track can make it more spicy if he goes side by side to this good as bacon to fight for this. And not an influencer is ghosted. I think it looks like both of the cars are overlapped, and yes, good as bacon takes the race lead. And again, destroyed track also takes the benefit of this ghosted glitch. Is what I can say.
I think not an influencer is AI.
No, this wouldn't have been the case if it was. I don't think so. It is, but it does look like he is on AI. But I'm not sure I'm not sure really what's happening with the delta. That is
5 seconds in a matter of a couple of laps. That is so unlike not influencer. Look, he lost 2 seconds to good as bacon. That is not making any sense.
Just look at the wear. Just look at the wear of these 20 lap higher with that non-influencer Ritesh and Mamu. Even Swagger has, but we are now in the final lap of this race number 9, the Spanish Grand Prix. As good as bacon is our leader. Destroyed track not having enough ERS. Here we are into the final DRS section with the track getting the DRS advantage, but just not enough ERS to get the position. So it looks like it is pretty much in the hands of good as bacon to come down the line, but we are not an influencer who kept the lead till the pretty much the end of the race is now down to P3.
Yeah. I have no words.
Oh, it looks like not an influencer has won the race.
What?
Has jumped up to P1. Ritesh is P2, and the hard run is coming out of nowhere. Ritesh, who was at P6, has made it up to P2. Destroyed track is 0.07 seconds off, and he is the final podium runner. Swagger Turbo with the 21 lap old. The first, both Mercedes get a good result there. P4 is Swagger Turbo's position, and good as they can drop down to P5. It looked like the lobby was glitched for us, but there was racing going on. If you see at the Delta, it was a very close battle between Ritesh and destroyer drag in down till the end.
See, I would be excited, but honestly, I'm more confused than excited. So, the thing is, are we the correct race? Are we the correct race? It's like, all of this hype, only to watch robots race?
That was probably the glitch caused by the migrating host, but in the end, I think the results were out there. And, we did see that non-influencer was holding on to his space. It's probably just the glitch that faced by our end, but nonetheless, we have the race results. Destroyer Drag having the pace. He had the fastest lap, and out of nowhere, he did start at P19, but right now he has got the podium, the final podium position. And if we go to the final finishing order, we have non-influencer who started the race at grade 1, winning the race quite comfortably, about 9.4 second delta. Ritesh getting P2 in the Alfa Romeo, great race for him. Destroyer Drag out of nowhere, P3. Swagger Turbo keeping it consistent throughout this race. Great result for him. Good as bacon. Now P5. Mamu Ka Admi, good to see him there in P6. Sandeep Maridu, again, he started in the back of the grid and is lucky out. Great race result from him, getting P7. E-Dog, unfortunate incident, P8. Jinan, P9. Vinay, P10. That completes our top half of the grid. We have Miss P11. Uday in the Ferrari, P12. Deadshot, P13. Moo Point, the reserve driver, P14. Mighty Owl, P15. And Wolf Imperi, unfortunate for him that he retired in the safety car restart. And we have the final few drivers that did not finish the race: Ace Scoop, Lane Sipper, Mr. Rout, and AKQ. That completes the race results. Well, that completes the Spanish Grand Prix as well. It was a long night with some race restarts, some safety car restarts, and of course the lobby restarts. Of course, we're just going to wait for the for our podium runners to join the VC, and the podium interview shall be up.
Yep, as we're getting the podium sitters in, I think we should have most of them in. I will start with the person in third, who is Destroyer Drag. So, Destroyer Drag, looks like you had a very, very interesting race. You started all the way down in what, P20 or somewhere down at the bottom, and you came all the way to catch a podium. So that must have been an insane race for you. So talk us through it, man.
Oh well, yeah, it was a very tiring race. I had to be on my toes all round. I made a mess of it in the qualifying, so I had to start from the last. I had like two incidents in the beginning because I think there were two incidents just ahead of me. So I was trying to avoid them, but unfortunately I got wing damage, so I had to pit like 2 times. I made my way back up till 11th, went back down, and again came up, again went back down. It was a pretty messy race, and after that I think I just had to keep my calm and just try to do damage limitation.
Man. I have to say, you did way more than damage limitation. You pulled out an insane strategy through that whole messy race, and somehow it all worked out for you to get a podium.
Yeah, I think there was a glitch, so I may have finished P4 or P5. I'm not really sure, so maybe you guys can check it out later on. Yeah.
Maybe. Well, we do have a lot of questions on the that happened at the end of the race because of the lap 30. I think we had migrating host, and after which the lobby just got a bit of glitch. On our screen, it was Destroyer Drag and P2, but of course, the final results, we saw not an influencer coming out of nowhere to get the win. But as per results, till what we saw, that is the lap 30, it was really phenomenal drive from you. You had a bit of incidents, and just really good to see you again here in the podium tonight.
Yeah, thank you. It was very hard fighting from Mamu Ka Admi and Goodies Bacon as well. Had fun driving around. I think it was pretty clean racing, hard racing though, but I can understand. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah,
Yeah, well, congratulations. Hoping to see you
thank
soon.
you.
And we move on to our P2. रितेश भाई बहुत बहुत मुबारक अगेन आपको फिर से P2 में ही मिला है. हमने लास्ट टाइम ये डिस्कस किया था कि आपको रेस जीतना होगा बट अगेन सबसे पहला सवाल ये रहेगा कि आपके सामने आपके टीममेट वुल्फ इंपीरिया थे और वो रेस के आगे बहुत अच्छा कर रहे थे बट जस्ट एट द रेस सेफ्टी का रीस्टार्ट के टाइम पे क्या हुआ था वुल्फ इंपीरिया और आपके बीच में अगर आप वो बता सकते हैं.
सबसे पहले थैंक यू वेरी मच टू वापस लाए एंड नहीं मेरे को वोल्फ का नहीं पता क्योंकि वो मेरे साथ उसमें वीसी में नहीं था सो आई डोंट नो क्या हुआ उसके साथ. आई थिंक वो वाइड गया था जितना मेरे एंगल से जितना मेरे को पता है काफी टर्न वन पे एंड आई थिंक स्टीयरिंग भाई डिसबैलेंस होने का ये चांस की वजह से आई थिंक वो सीधे वॉल में चला गया.
जी बहुत अच्छी रेस थी आपकी तरफ से और आपका क्वालिफाइंग भी बहुत अच्छा रहा और अगेन अल्फा रोमियो के लिए उतना खास नहीं रहा क्योंकि वुल्फ इंपीरिया नहीं पॉइंट्स ला पाए बट अगेन आपको यहाँ पे देख के अच्छा लगा. इतने सारे सेफ्टी कार रीस्टार्ट्स हुए थे और आपका क्या स्ट्रेटेजी था इसमें.
बस यही स्ट्रेटजी था कि जितने कम सेफ्टी कार हो सके आगे आने के बाद बट हाँ मेरा सेफ्टी कार की वजह से मेरा पिट स्टॉप अच्छा नहीं रहा था क्योंकि वोल्फ मेरे आगे था तो मिस्टेक के चक्कर में थोड़ा एक दो पोजीशन पीछे होने का
वहां पे आपने 3 पोजीशंस लूज किया
काफी खुश नहीं था बट या अच्छा लक था. बैड लक वोल्फ का एंड बैड लक स्वैगर का. आई डोंट नो स्वैगर के साथ क्या हुआ बट मैं चाहता था कि स्वैगर ऑन P3 इज माय फ्रेंड.
जी फिर से बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको एंड अगेन मैं फिर से आपको वही कहूंगा नेक्स्ट टाइम फिर से आपको पोडियम में इंटरव्यू में ही मिलना है आपसे लेकिन नेक्स्ट टाइम आप रेस जीतेंगे होपफुली.
हाँ बिल्कुल थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Yeah, well, we move on to our final podium that is not an influencer who won the Spanish Grand Prix. Over to you, Ashray, if you can take over.
Yeah, not an influencer. It looks like you had a completely dominant race. Like you were pulling away from P2, no matter what tire the person was on, and it looks like you were just a league of your own today. Do you have any words for that?
Yep, thank you so much. And first of all, congrats to Destroyer. I think if he's on the podium, I'm not sure about that. And congrats to Hitesh for P2. I mean, Spain is a tough track to beat, and I believe I put in a lot of practice in the past week because Spain pain is always there. So I think the hard work really paid off. Downtime really paid off. But yes, it was a good weekend for me.
Very humble words spoken. Other than that, I think even though there was a lot of curveballs thrown your way, looking to derail your race, you seemed to soldier through all of it and seem to have a pretty normal race when you just look at yourself.
Yeah. I mean, there were times the curves on Spain, they just throw you in the air, and after that, the car is not in your control. So I did that for like 3-4 times. But yeah, I'm just glad to pull it off.
Okay, man.
Well, I do have one question. It's about the qualifying that you and AKQ had. What do you guys had in this this session?
So we were trying to pull the slipstream, and it did work for AKQZ10. I believe I gave him a slipstream in sector 2 on his second Hotlap, and then he tried to give me a slipstream on my final Hotlap. So I believe that was working for us. But yeah, we were trying to pull it off for longer, and we were trying to gain more turns off it. But it happened. Like I would say, it ended well though.
Yeah, it did. We did see your final hot lap, and you did gain about 0.2 tenths in the final sector itself. So that was a great strategy pulled off. And again, congratulations on the win. And we hope to see you on the podium again. That is it from our side tonight. That is the tier 3 race done. But hold on, guys, it's not over yet, as we do have tier 2 and tier 1 lined up tomorrow. That is tier 2 is going to be at 2:30 p.m. IST, and the tier 1, the fastest Indian racing drivers, that is going to be at 8 p.m. So do follow us on YouTube, get the notification for the race, and of course you too can take part just by signing up on our website. So this is it from us tonight. Good night.
Thank you guys for sticking along for the very, very long stream, and we hope to see you in the next few races. Good night.